Stop chasing. Stop pleading for her attention. If anyone ever told you that being overly nice, vulnerable, or agreeable is what makes a woman desire you, you've been misled. Those so-called modern dating tips are shallow at best and dangerously misleading at worst because they completely ignore the underlying laws of human behavior. Influence and attraction, following them is like trying to catch lightning. With a fishing net, you'll end up exhausted, frustrated, and invisible. The truth is, desire is never built on constant compliance, empty gestures, or weak approval seeking. Desire is built on something far rarer: strategy, presence, and controlled intensity. It's about being a man who carries his own world, a man whose time is valuable, whose energy is magnetic, and whose absence creates longing. No one understood strategy, power, and influence better than Niccolò Machiavelli. While his writings were intended for princes, generals, and rulers, the psychological principles he uncovered apply perfectly to the world of attraction. Machiavelli knew how to make people value what they could not easily have, how to command respect, and how to create desire even in those who initially ignored him. He understood the subtle levers of the human mind, and today, we're going to apply those exact principles to attraction. In the next few minutes, I'm going to reveal 5 hidden Machiavellian rules that instantly shift the power dynamic. These rules are not about manipulation or deceit. They're about creating magnetic presence, unshakable respect, and irresistible desire. Follow them, and you won't just catch her attention. You'll make her crave your presence, respect your boundaries, and chase your attention without even realizing why. By the end of this video, you'll understand why being slightly unavailable makes you irresistible, why saying no can be more powerful than saying yes, and how the subtle art of mystery and emotional rhythm can make her emotionally invested in you without you ever begging or compromising yourself. If you're ready to stop being ignored, stop being taken for granted, and start commanding respect and desire, stay tuned, because these 5 Machiavellian rules are the cold, hard truths that will completely change the way women see and pursue you. Rule 1: make yourself rare and valuable. Machiavelli understood a fundamental truth that most men overlook. People value what is scarce. Anything that is everywhere, anything that is easy to access, becomes ordinary, ignored, and eventually taken for granted. Think of water, abundant, essential, yet almost invisible in our daily lives. Now think of gold, rare, coveted, something people search for their entire lives. Scarcity creates desire. Scarcity creates respect. Scarcity creates power. Most men unknowingly turn themselves into water. They are always available, replying instantly to every text, agreeing to every request, canceling their own plans at the drop of a hat, and revealing every detail of their lives without leaving anything to discover. At first, this might feel comforting to a woman, like a safety net she can rely on. But over time, constant availability breeds predictability, boredom, and indifference. A man who understands the law of scarcity becomes gold. He is occupied with his own life, pursuing his goals, refining his skills, building his career, or exploring his passions. His world is full, vibrant, and demanding, which means he cannot always drop everything to cater to someone else. And when he does show up, he is fully present. Every word he says, every glance, every gesture carries weight because it is deliberate and meaningful. His attention becomes a gift, not a default. Consider these examples. Texting with intention. Instead of responding to every message immediately, he carefully chooses when and how to reply. This is not about ignoring her, it's about showing that his focus is first on his priorities, not on chasing validation. A text from him is no longer a routine. It becomes something she looks forward to, something she values. Honoring commitments. When he makes plans, he follows through even if she pressures him to cancel. This demonstrates that his life has structure, goals, and meaning, and that he is not easily swayed by emotional manipulation or impatience. Time is a currency. He treats his time like gold because it is. Every hour is an investment, and he decides carefully where to spend it. She senses that being part of his life is not automatic, and this creates a subtle, almost magnetic pull. This scarcity is not about manipulation or games. It is about authentic value creation, a man who is focused on his own mission. Whether it's building a career, mastering a skill, or cultivating his passions, naturally becomes precious and magnetic. His presence is rare, deliberate, and unforgettable. She doesn't just enjoy being with him. She feels privileged, But scarcity also creates a psychological tension that most men fail to leverage. She knows that her access to him is limited. This limitation awakens desire, not through fear of loss in a shallow sense, but through the deep, instinctual pull towards something valuable and worth earning. She feels drawn to match his energy, align with his values, and rise to meet the standard he sets by living a life of purpose. Even small, seemingly insignificant behaviors amplify this effect. Showing up late occasionally, not out of disrespect, but to signal that your time is your own and valuable. Engaging deeply when present, fully listening, making her feel seen and important, but then gracefully stepping away to focus on your life. Letting her witness your commitment to your goals, whether it's a side project, your gym routine, or personal growth, without explicitly boasting about it. The truth is, availability kills attraction and scarcity fuels it. Women are wired, consciously or unconsciously, to value what is not easily attainable. When you create this rhythm of presence and absence, you don't have to chase her. She begins to chase you, sometimes without even realizing why. A man who masters the rule of scarcity does not need to manipulate, argue, or pressure. He simply lives his life fully, prioritizes himself, and makes his attention rare and meaningful. That combination, purpose, presence, and selective engagement, is what transforms ordinary men into unforgettable men. And here's the secret: the more authentic your life is, the more magnetic you become. Scarcity is not pretending to be busy, it's being busy with substance. And when a woman senses that, her respect, admiration, and desire rise naturally. In short, scarcity is power, presence is influence, and a man who understands both becomes irresistible, not through charm, not through effort, but through the simple truth of his value. Rule 2, the strength of strategic disappointment. Machiavelli once wrote that it is safer for a ruler to be feared than loved. Applied to attraction, this doesn't mean being cruel or unkind. It means being strong enough to disappoint her when necessary to protect your life, values, and priorities. Most men fear upsetting a woman, so they comply with every whim, agree with every demand, and sacrifice their own plans to appease her. This might feel like love in the short term, but over time it erodes respect. Without respect, there is no attraction, only dependency. A Machiavellian man does the opposite. He sets clear boundaries and sticks to them. If she texts you late with drama, you respond calmly that you need rest or time to work on your priorities. If she asks you to skip your gym session to spend time together, you politely decline, explaining that your goals are non-negotiable. At first, she might feel frustration or disappointment, but this creates long-term respect. A man who can risk short-term discomfort for the sake of his values demonstrates strength and stability, traits that subconsciously attract women. This is calculated firmness, not cruelty. It is the courage to protect yourself even when it might temporarily upset her. Women test men to see if they bend. Those who stand firm become anchors in her world. Unshakable, respected, and unforgettable. Rule 3. Master the art of appearing, not revealing. Machiavelli advised rulers to appear as they wish to be seen, even if they cannot always embody every virtue fully. Applied to attraction, this means perception is more powerful than explanation. Mystery drives desire. Many men fall into the trap of oversharing, talking endlessly about their achievements, money, or experiences. They think they must prove their worth with words, but excessive talking signals insecurity and neediness. The strategic man, on the other hand, reveals selectively. Share hints of your vision, dreams, and potential, rather than detailing everything you've accomplished. Demonstrate ambition through actions. A late-night project, disciplined routines, or focused time on your goals. This creates a compelling aura. She sees your life as interesting, dynamic, and mysterious. She is drawn not just to who you are now, but to who she imagines you could become. In conversations, this could look like, instead of saying, "I make 6 figures," say, "I'm building something that will change how people think about success." Instead of narrating your entire past, drop hints of accomplishments that spark curiosity. By controlling the narrative, you engage her imagination, making her invested in discovering more. Mystery isn't deception, it's strategic fascination. Rule 4, the power of emotional rhythm. Predictability kills attraction. Most men are too consistent. Same tone, same attention, same availability. This may feel safe to a woman initially, but over time, it becomes boring. Human desire thrives on contrast. Think of attraction as a pendulum. Emotional highs followed by temporary, Absences make moments of connection far more intense and memorable. When present, give full attention, warmth, and focus. Make her feel seen, chosen, and appreciated. When absent, focus on your goals and personal growth. She feels your value through absence rather than constant presence. This is not manipulation, it's intermittent reinforcement, a psychological principle where rewards feel more potent when they are not guaranteed. The right rhythm awakens desire and makes her emotionally engaged. She doesn't take your attention for granted because she cannot predict it. She remembers your energy, treasures your moments, and begins to seek your presence without realizing why. Rule 5. The masterstroke of the obligated heart. Machiavelli understood that people value what they invest in. Applied to relationships, if she contributes to your life through her time, effort, or creativity, she becomes emotionally invested. Most men give everything first, constant attention, gifts, validation, and energy. This often backfires. Because she did not invest herself, she feels no obligation, and attraction diminishes. A strategic man reverses this. Allow her to contribute to your life in small but meaningful ways. Ask for her opinion, involve her in your projects, or invite her to help with a shared goal. When she invests her energy, she subconsciously ties her value to your presence. She begins to protect and nurture the connection. This is the psychology of the obligated heart. The more she gives, the more she desires to continue giving. She is no longer chasing you. She is chasing the continuation of her own investment. This principle creates loyalty that is far stronger than charm, gifts, or words. She begins to feel that being with you is not just about liking you, it's about protecting what she built herself. Conclusion. These 5 rules are not tricks, tactics, or cheap manipulation. They are a philosophy of power. A way of moving through life as a man who is centered, strategic, and unshakable. When you live by them, relationships stop feeling confusing, exhausting, or one-sided because you are no longer operating from fear or need. To be rare means you understand this truth. Attention is currency. When you give it freely, it loses value. When your time, energy, and presence are earned, people feel it. Women sense when a man's life is full, structured, and moving forward, whether he's walking through New York after a long day or sitting quietly in a cafe in London. Scarcity isn't arrogance, it's self-respect. To be firm is to accept that disappointment is unavoidable and necessary. A man who never disappoints is a man who never leads. Saying no, holding boundaries, and refusing to over-explain creates tension, polarity, and respect. Weak men try to be liked. Strong men are willing to be misunderstood. To be mysterious is to resist the modern urge to overshare. Depth is revealed, not dumped. When you don't rush to explain yourself, when you let silence do some of the work, curiosity grows. Intrigue forms. Desire lives in what is felt, not what is explained. To be dynamic is to master emotional rhythm. Calm followed by intensity. Distance followed by warmth. Presence followed by absence. This contrast is what separates passion from boredom. Predictability kills attraction. Controlled variation ignites it. And to encourage investment is to flip the script entirely. When she contributes emotionally, mentally, or through effort, she becomes attached. Not because you asked, but because humans value what they invest in. This is psychology, not manipulation. The man who embodies these rules does not beg for attention. He commands it. He does not chase validation. He generates gravity. He is not loud, aggressive, or needy. He is composed, deliberate, and internally rich. Whether he's in Los Angeles, Toronto, or Sydney, his presence is felt before his words are fully heard. So now the real question stands before you. Will you accept these truths and evolve? Or will you cling to outdated advice that keeps men invisible, apologetic, and replaceable? If you are ready to stop chasing and start commanding, hit that like button to commit to your power. Subscribe to join the League of Men who choose strategy over weakness. And in the comments, tell me which rule you will start applying today to change your love life forever. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.